Have you ever stopped to think about the words that you use every day? The language we use can have a massive impact on how we see the world, how we feel about ourselves, and fundamentally, how we probably feel about others. So let's look at how we can change that, right? Because the fundamentals are, if you start seeing yourself in a certain way or talking to yourself in a certain way, you're going to act like that. So let's start by changing your mindset. How often do you catch yourself maybe using the phrases like, you know, I have to this or I have to that. So I have to go to work or I have to exercise. Now, what if you swapped the words have to get to? For example, I get to go to work or I get to exercise. The obligation no longer feels like it's there. It becomes an opportunity. So just that small shift can change the way that your whole brain processes everything. So if you think about negative self-talk, and we're all guilty of negative self-talk, instead of saying, I'm not good enough, try saying, I'm still learning. Or instead of saying, I've failed at something, say, I'm just figuring it out. You see, the way your brain listens to what you say has the impact on you for the rest of your life or the rest of your days. If you tell yourself you're not good enough, you'll start to believe it. But if you speak to yourself with kindness, encouragement, you'll start seeing yourself differently. Trust me, honestly, it works. So use things like problems to challenges, like problems, challenges, and solutions, right? So here's the tip. When faced with a problem, change that word to a challenge. Shift your focus. Instead of saying, I can't do this, say, how can I make this work? It becomes more of a challenge. It moves your brain from focusing on the problem to looking for the solution. And that solution, once it's solved, can build the confidence and momentum. So really, if Houston would have said, Houston, I have a challenge, it maybe would have sounded less daunting. Although probably, it would have been less famous. But the point is that the word challenge sounds more appealing than the word problem, right? The language we use can create the world that we live in. So start with those small swap out phrases and see how you get on. And I guarantee you'll see the difference that your brain reacts.